Greetings and welcome one and all. Thank you for joining me. I'm pleased to announce that a good time is nigh. For today, I will be showing you how to play Chris Martin's acoustic rendition of Coldplay's Trouble, but not before I take just a moment to thank the following troublemakers for signing up for the Patreon supporter of the Cause Club: Patrick Gagan, Bruce Derby, Christy Blackburn, and Grant McDonald. Thank you very, very, very much for your support. And if you would like to find out what that's all about, the link will be in the description. For this activity, our guitars will be almost but not quite in standard tuning. Our baby E string, not the big E string, the tiny one, is going down to D. For the intro, we need G. It's going to be E3, A5, D5, G4, open, open. Chris Martin, to be very clear, thumb guys it on the E string 3rd fret. I'm not that much of a thumb guy, so I'm going to do it like this. You do it whichever way occurs to you. G, followed by special E minor. It's going to be open E, A7, D5, open G, B7, and open E. Used to be E, now D. I have trouble landing all three of those, so what I do is I land these two, and the open B string is fine to hear. It's part of an E minor chord. And then I add the pinky finger. Followed by B minor. It's going to be A9, D9, G7, open, open. And of course, Chris Martin thumb guys it on the E string 7th fret, which I can't do. So I'm just going to leave the E string out of it. You do that if you can. Here we go. G. Special E minor, and special B minor for your intro. For the verse, you do the intro, G, E minor, B minor, then down to F, but we want the open, now D string as well. So, again, if you can't thumb guy the E string 1st fret, like me, I'm going to play F with a C in the bass, so B1, G2, D3, A3 plus the open string to regular A minor, and then you do it again, except for after the 2nd time and after the 4th time, you kind of hang on G. So, G, special E minor, B minor, down to F, A minor, and then you repeat or you hang on G. Like you do when we go into the chorus, which is what we're doing now. So we left off on G and we're going to A, just 2 frets higher, same thing. And E minor. Back and forth. If you want to play A like that, just like normal, except the D string's weird, you can. Almost just as good, it's just missing that B note. That's your chorus. In verse 2, Mr. Martin starts doing this move on the B minor chord that I think is great. So we've got that. We're going to make the G string go down 1 fret. Like that. For the breakdown, we're going to start with G, just like the verse, but we're going to play it in a different spot. Take your normal ho-hum C shape and move it up to frets 8, 9, and 10. That's G. C, D, E, F, G. Then it's E minor, which he plays the first time in a particularly frightening way. It's going to be open E, A7, D9, G12. The good news is the subsequent times he plays it like this. Open E, A7, D9, B8. Much easier. Then for B minor, get a load of this. He thumb guys on E7, followed by A9 and G7, B7. I can't even begin to think about doing this. So I'm going to play B minor the way we have been. And since I think he thought it was very important to have that high B string note, you can play your B minor. And then toss your finger on the B string as well. And then comes A, which is going to be our C shape, like G, but 2 frets higher. So 10, 11, and 12. And that is the 4-chord progression for the breakdown. G, new E minor, or terrifying E minor, B minor, and A is your breakdown. Are you feeling wacky and sadistic? Here's a way to play B minor that I think sounds great, but it is almost impossible to do. But I think if I worked at it, I could get it. I want A9, D11, and G7. I think I'm going to play frightening E minor because it's kind of closer to this shape in an attempt to get there, but I'm going to go slow. G. It's frightening E minor. Weird thing that I just came up with. And A. The last thing to discuss is the They Spun a Web for Me section. E minor, F sharp minor, the way we've been playing B minor, G, add the bass note if you want with your thumb. I'm going to E minor, F sharp minor, G, F sharp minor is that part. And those are all the parts. Thank you so much for being here, Jason. Someone's got to be named Jason, and that someone just got spooked. I hope that was fun and helpful, and I will see you next time with more stuff. Jason, goodbye.